Let's see. She's nicer than Chimera. Vallexia. Yeah, she definitely looks more fiendish than Chimera. Let's have a talk. The demon that comes to greet you has blonde hair and is wearing a modest but elegant dress. She seems surprisingly friendly. Her soft voice and impeccable manners seem out of place in a city where extreme passions and boundless indulgence prevail over temperance and moderation. And your guest has arrived. How exciting! A mortal from Golarion. If my eyes do not deceive me, what brings you to my manor? This is all very intriguing. Vallexia. We have clashed in many battles. Her claws were always stained with the blood of those she killed on the battlefield. Now she looks different, but I am certain that her true nature remains unchanged. She is still violent and dangerous. You must be on your guard, champion. Vallexia greets Arushale with a cordial nod. Sweetheart, you should have told me you were coming. I would have organized a reception to celebrate your return. I must confess, I rather missed having you around, but all is forgiven and I hope that I can count you among my regular guests once more. Interesting. Also really interesting that Arush seems to know all the important people. Makes me wonder how important and powerful Aru was. Arushale forces a smile. Thank you for your hospitality, Vallexia, but I doubt that you'll find me very interesting. Things have changed since my last visit. I'm a different person now. Arushale leans towards you and whispers, I have to warn you, Vallexia is much more dangerous than she looks. She knows how to be amicable, but it's only a pretense. Her friendly demeanor is as fake as everything else in this city. If you look behind the mask, you will see someone who is old, cruel, and utterly insane. Someone who adores random acts of senseless violence. Trust me, I used to know her in my past life. Seriously? You used to swan around grand palaces and rub shoulders with the movers and shakers of the demon high society? You were basically a hooty-tooty noble, but you left it all behind to sit in some old ruins on Golarion? And you call Vallexia insane? Sosiel looks embarrassed. He speaks reluctantly, as if he finds the words difficult. I am sure the heart that beats within your chest is wicked and merciless, but my goddess demands that I am sincere when I see true beauty, though I dread to ask how many lives such beauty has taken. Such a compliment! Sudden and unsophisticated, yet surprisingly delightful. I never thought that words of admiration from a mortal could touch my heart, but it seems that a praise from a cleric of Shaylin can make even a succubus feel flattered. Fascinating. Everyone talks a lot about you here in Alushinyrra. Who are you? Vallexia laughs happily. Ah, how refreshing direct. Well, let me tell you a little about myself. My name is Lady Vallexia, but it is common for others to add a few epithets before my name, often something like magnificent or illustrious. I hold considerable influence in the upper city. You could even call it my little queendom. I'm the foremost member of the city's elite, and all the aristocrats of Alushinyrra acknowledge me as their de facto leader. You might be under the misconception that the city is ruled by Chimera, but Chimera is nothing more than a glorified cleaner entrusted with the responsibility of tending to the latrines. I, on the other hand, hold sway over the most powerful and influential demons in the city. You see, my dear friend Nocticula allows me to lead the nobility because I look out for her interests. She knows that I am loyal. Unlike most demons, I do not aspire to power beyond what I already possess. I would never stage a coup against Our Lady in Shadow, nor would I ever use my position in society to support anyone else in such a foolish endeavor. But it sounds very smart as Nocticula to put people in that high positions who seem to hate each other that much, so that they don't like ally and take your position, but fight against each other. Let's play her game. I'm the commander of the Crusaders of Golarion. I'm a famous warrior known for my amazing powers. I seek the honor of your attention and the pleasure of your inestimable company. Vallexia answers politely, but without much enthusiasm. Known for your amazing powers. Here in the Abyss, you will need more than power and influence to impress others. Your special abilities will hardly give you the same status as they did on your homeworld. But the demons will not see you as worthy of glory and respect until you demonstrate what makes you unique. However, you've managed to pique my interest and I would be glad to make your acquaintance. And there's no need to bother with titles, you can simply call me Vallexia. And you are? Do not put your trust in her words, champion. Valexia's temper is like the wind that blows across Ishia. It changes constantly and bodes poorly for us no matter what direction it turns. You must watch her as vigilantly as the skilled sailor watches the horizon. I mean, we fought in the Battle of this arena. Everyone should know our name, but my name will remain a secret. Vallexia claps her hands in delight. You would prefer to remain incognito, a Mysterian knight. Isn't that what you'd be called on Golarion? How absolutely charming. Well, my mysterious new friend, I have a proposal for you. Let's pick a place that's nice and romantic and go on an innocent little date together. It'll be a chance for us to get to know one another. That was very fast to go to a date. How about the Battle Bliss? It offers simple, spirited entertainment and will be a good place for us to talk undisturbed. No one will notice us because they'll be too busy watching the fights in the pits. We can have a nice conversation and learn more about one another. I'll be waiting for you at the arena. I hope you'll accept my invitation. I will be very disappointed if you deny me the pleasure of your company. Interesting. I wonder how different that would be if we did the whole thing before becoming the champion. Because I think at least if we enter the arena, she should know our name. Vallexia gives you an admiring smile and adds, after all, you are the champion. Ah. Maybe I should just complete the conversation first before commenting. You have conquered the arena. Where better to learn more about you than in a place you proved your worth? Oh boy. But yeah, I guess that's something we should do. I'd like to get to know you better. I'm flattered by your attention and I find you personally intriguing. You know, I take great interest in promising young talent, and I tend to offer my patronage to gifted artists. Unfortunately, many of them turn out to be frauds, unable to keep me entertained for more than a few seconds. If you know all of the most influential demons in the city, perhaps you've heard of a demon named Wolidus. Vallexia smirks at you. Indeed, though I wish I hadn't. The pompous dullard never stops boasting about his position as Our Lady in Shadow's main arcanist. And perhaps his magic really is that impressive, but unfortunately the same cannot be said of his character. He's a coward and a bore. He may be tenacious, but he certainly lacks any cunning. I heard that he recently hired some assassins and sent them after Darazan's head. But he wasn't smart enough to hire professionals. Not only did they fail, they also revealed the name of their client. Now everyone knows who ordered the hit job. Such a sad mediocrity. There are ties to Greyball. Please choose your words more carefully. I can assure you that if I were free to deal with Darazan on my own terms, he would not have survived, and I certainly would not have chosen to attack him with that pathetic toothpick of a weapon I was given. You don't seem to be like other demons. Why is that? Time. It's a simple answer, but true. I know a lady is never supposed to reveal her age, but suffice it to say that I'm far older than this city, and can recall the circumstances in which I was founded. During the ages that have passed, I've had time to play various roles. Perhaps, if the gods of Golarion are generous and bless you with longevity, we will meet again. But if that does happen, say 1,000 years from now, I will be completely different. As time passes, I grow bored with each new version of myself, and since boredom is my sworn enemy, I have to reinvent myself to escape its grasp. Interesting. What happens to those who fail to interest you? Vallexia looks at you uncomprehendingly for several moments, and then bursts into a peal of musical laughter. So you've heard these ridiculous rumors. Don't pay any attention to them, they're all so boring. Whoever invented them has no imagination. I've heard rumors that I kill them, that I keep them in my dungeons, and even, just imagine, that I rape them until they drop dead of exhaustion. It's all an extraordinary lot of rubbish. I haven't done anything like that for at least a couple of millennia. Boy, I wonder how old she is. What made you interested in me? Ah, you're so modest. Vallexia nods knowingly. You are a Golarion warrior, and you are responsible for securing several major victories in the Worldwound. You had the courage to descend into the Abyss, and now you've chosen to pay me a visit. Moreover, you are not here to wave a sword in my face, but to have a nice conversation. Now, be honest, if you were me, wouldn't you be intrigued? You are very powerful, aren't you? It is true that my name carries a certain degree of prestige in Alushinyrra. My advice, based on millennia of experience, can be truly valuable, and my adventurous life has allowed me to acquire extensive connections as well as an impressive collection of powerful curiosities. Oh, no, really, just listen to me, talking your ear off like a market seller. The demons laughs at herself good-naturedly. Please don't stay away for too long. Come back again. Ah, she's gone for our date. Interesting. Ah. I was just curious about this heap of clove. Rubbledum the actor. It's the next door theater. What the heck are they doing in the Abyss? From behind a pile of expensive rocks and neatly wrapped boxes with clinking and fragile things inside, you hear a very, very loud whisper. An oddly familiar stage whisper. Grandma Redlin, my horn is falling off. Oh, calm down. Let me fix it. Alright, whose foot did I just step on? And who's this why I keep catching on my fake tail? Grandma, don't push me. Let me just glue that horn myself. Sosiel's expression lightens, casting off the tired despondency of a man occupied day and night with unpleasant but important work. The cleric smiles broadly, and it is that good, pure, kind-hearted smile you so often saw on his face back on Golarion, and so rarely in the Abyss. Grandma Gretlin, what are you doing here, folks? Oh, dearies, that can't be real, but I think I just heard the commander's voice. It sounds crazy, but for the sake of argument, let's say it is just my imagination. Let's say we truly, through some miracle, met the commander in the middle of the Abyss. Well, in that highly unlikely scenario, I would answer him that we, being true artists, sought inspiration and material in the most suitable place. We've already spent a great deal of time among the Crusaders. Now, let us turn our efforts to the other half of the characters in our play, the demons. That is why our imaginary friend, Commander, we are sitting in the middle of the Abyss covered in a thick layer of makeup wearing fake horns and tails. To blend in with the locals, you see. That is truly challenging for an actor, to play a demon so well that even a real demon doesn't suspect a thing. After all, it worked so perfectly well when I pretended to be the Hell Nice character and showed up at their camp for an unscheduled inspection. Oh, how they ran and dashed about. In the end, I ordered them to dig a trench in the shape of a fig. Ow, Grandma, why are you stepping on my foot again? Would have loved to see that. Ulbrig giggles quietly, then asks in a whisper, with disguises like that, do they really think they'll be able to pull the wool over the demons' eyes? Speaking of which, why wool? Is it the best material for subterfuge? Are sheep considered innately underhanded among mortals? For the love of all that is holy, please get rid of all the makeup when you get back to Dresden. I don't want the patrols to mistake you for attacking demons. Ah, certainly, of course. It's imaginary, Commander. Though I'm honestly not sure if this paint will wash away or the horns will come off. I use a very strong glue. Speaking of Dresden, Grandma, don't you have this feeling we forgot something? Our dinner basket? Grandma's knitting? The hemkin? Ah, Lemkin is in the room with our dinner basket. My knitting is sitting on top of it. Ah, this is terrible, my dearies. We have to go back. They're really true chaos. Oh boy. Well, they survived even in Golarion. But especially here, eludes me. Okay. Let's go to the next portal and let's go to the battle list. And let's see how the date with the demon is going to go. 10,000 delights. My favorite passage. Alright. That'll be cool. And I like that we get more and more teleportation points. Battle Bliss. It's kind of wrong after condemning the whole place to now go on a date there. I feel like a hypocrite. Teeny tiny bit. But I mean, it's for the greater good, right? For your date, Vallexia swapped out her previous dress for an equally elegant outfit. The blood-red hue of her new gown seems particularly fitting, considering the activities of the arena. Ah, there you are, my friend. Let's hurry to the box reserved for distinguished guests. I'm determined not to let you enjoy the spectacle from any other seats. Your new dress is very elegant. And she left. The demon blushes slightly and gives you a pleased smile. I am flattered that you notice such things, especially here in the arena, where there are so many other sights to capture your attention. Speaking of which, the fight is about to start. I kind of expected that we have like a lodge just for us two or something. Ew, he looks just like a giant skinned... no skin anymore. Seems like a very unbalanced fight. A fierce battle unfolds in the arena. The bloody freak surges forward, launching into a brutal attack against Edselm. Edselm desperately tries to resist the onslaught, but the bloody freak is relentless. He strikes one furious blow after another, showing no signs of exhaustion or fatigue as he bears down on his opponent. Edselm attempts to fight back against her enemy with quick, sudden attacks, but fails to find an opening. Her movements begin to slow, and her footsteps leave behind a crimson trail of blood.
I can fight alright, but I don't like to watch such horrible fights. Watching them is scary and makes me unhappy. Oh, here's an idea. I just keep my eyes closed.
Ava squeezes her eyes shut resolutely. Gosh. Always cute. Vallexia observes you closely. Her eyes sparkle with lively curiosity, and you are forced to turn your attention away from the fight as she asks, Slavery is the cornerstone of our life in the Abyss, and gladiator fights are a popular source of entertainment. How are such shows perceived on your homeland of Golarion? What is your view on slavery? The very idea of slavery offends my free spirit. Vallexia smiles approvingly. Interesting. Clearly pleased with your answer. It offends ours too. Demons take great pleasure in enslaving others, and will buy and sell slaves without hesitation. But a demon in chains will not rest until they regain their freedom and tear their captors to pieces. But I guess for Vallexia we're just like a small entertainment. And maybe that's why she's embracing the more humane, good views. With a victorious growl, the bloody freak hurls himself recklessly at his rival, who appears to be exhausted from her wounds. However, Edselm was merely feigning weakness. She dodges at the last moment, and strikes a resounding blow. Blood gushes from the demon's wounds, and his growl of rage gives way to a howl of desperation. Vallexia glances disinterestedly at the arena, then returns her attention to you. She's clearly more interested in conversation than in watching the fight. Nevertheless, even Golarions who are not enslaved are often forced to fight by those in authority. Yet, they still charge into battle with as much zeal as those two gladiators down the arena. So tell me, what gives them the motivation to fight? What do they hope to achieve? Our conscience and our nobility lead us into battle. Hopefully. The demon laughs loudly, though not unkindly. Ah, how touching! Such sincerity of belief! It is so charming. There are many warriors in the Abyss who are eager to fight, but they lack both the strength of your resolve and the genuine faith you have in the rightness of your cause. Oh boy. That's no longer putting up a pretense of weakness, advances against the bloody freak, dealing him several painful blows. She strikes with precision, drawing blood, but never delivering a fatal blow. The audience goes wild at some toys with her opponent, and the smell of blood hangs heavy in the air. There's no doubt the merciless symphony of violence being played out in the arena will soon reach its deadly crescendo. That was a comeback. But the bloody freak isn't finished. He lets out a monstrous, bloodthirsty howl. It reverberates around the arena as he channels his powerful rage into one last brutal attack. He strikes as swift as lightning, and Edson's flurry of blows is brought to a sudden halt. She sways lightly, then doubles over as if embracing the blade that was just plunged through her body. Then, with another primal roar, the demon cuts her down, dispatching his weakened opponent with one powerful strike. Vallexia watches Edson closely. She muses thoughtfully. But every warrior will meet their death eventually. How do Golarions face the end of their lives? Are they scared of death? Do they despise it? Or do they welcome it as a friend? Interesting that there's no religious answer. Like, I don't know, I mean the souls are judged and go into the domain of the deity you followed, or if you sold your soul to them. Doesn't seem to be there. The memories of the deceased live on through their deeds. Vallexia looks at you with newfound respect. Your words distinguish you from a multitude of fools who think only about themselves. Give no thoughts to the future. They fear death, and they tremble at the thought that their pathetic lives will come to an end. Screams and howls of the crowd are deafening, and the bloody freak, oblivious to his numerous wounds, basks in the admiration of the audience. The arena master's voice rings out across the battle bliss. All hail the winner! Hail the bloody freak! Succubus? It is. Doesn't he have anything better to do than just watching Battle Bliss fights all day? Succubus rises from a place and announces loudly, I want this bloodthirsty fighter to be my servant. From now on he's my slave, and anyone insolent enough to object will face my wrath. You know, we're just trying to pit them against each other. You know, if you outbid Succubus for this gladiator, you wipe that smirk off her arrogant face. Nice. Vallexia averts her gaze, but fails to hide her mischievous smile. What a positively delightful idea! I can't resist. Ah, what you do to me. You've discovered my weakness. Only moments ago, Succubus commanded the attention of the entire audience as she boasted about her power. However, when Vallexia rises from her seat, all eyes turn toward the succubus. Interesting, so if she's also succubus, that means that Nocticula still is older than her. Interesting. I dare to challenge the claim of the most esteemed Hepsimira. I am touched by the fighter's tenacity. He has won a way to my heart, and I wish to make him my bodyguard. If anyone dares to argue against my right to make such a claim, they can say it to my face. The arena master glances cautiously at Hepsimira, then he turns to Vallexia and gives her a respectful nod. The crowd erupts into jeers and shouts, clearly enjoying the popular humiliation of Baphomet's daughter. Hepsimira bellows and utters wild curses, and the sounds of her wrath shake the arena, but Vallexia ignores her threats with a look of magnificent disdain and gives you a sly smile. This was so exciting. I enjoyed our time here together. However, I cannot resist the urge to appear with you somewhere in high society. I'm sure you wouldn't say no to attending a private reception with me at the harem of Ardent Dreams. Shimira has prepared something special for her guests, and I would like very much for you to experience it with me. I shall wait for you at the harem of Ardent Dreams. You really must come. I simply won't take no for an answer. Vallexia suddenly pauses as she's about to leave. She turns towards you with a look of gentle reproach. Oh, you should have reminded me, I nearly forgot. After such a wonderful time together, you must become a regular guest, I insist. Please, accept this little gift as a reminder that the doors of my manor are always open to you. This coin is the key to the teleportation arc in the upper city. I would not normally give something like this to my ordinary guests, but there's nothing ordinary about you, is there? Yes, another teleportation marker. Quite the interesting date. Curious to see how this is going to continue. And how fast she loses interest. At least that's what I'm suspecting. That it will be over pretty quickly. Come on, come on, come on. So Terrace of the Favored Mistress is where we can teleport now. Harem of Ardent Dreams. I gotta say, I'm surprised how much there is to do in the city, because it's not that big, like compared to like the other acts, who had like a huge world map with many locations. But it's really cool how much alive the city seems, how much you can do and everything. Beautiful. Beautiful. Also excited to see how Shimira is going to react.